Time for the 49ers Rush
What
Podcast.
is going on, Faith?
And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? Coming to you live from Lumen Field. The 49ers come out with the dub. Was it pretty? No. Was it stressful? Hell yes. Are the 49ers in first place in the NFC West? Also yes, which is incredible. It wasn't a pretty game. There were a lot of flaws with kind of the game plan, defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator. There were issues, lots of issues. You had injuries galore stacked at the same position. How many safeties can we lose at once? Talanoa Hufanga, Malik Mustafa goes out. How many running backs can we lose at once? Mason's in and out, in and out. Isaac Guerendo's in and out. Debo's in and out. CMC's already been injured. I mean, it's so weird how this 49ers team just keeps, and you can hear the faithful as the game's ending, took over the stadium. I mean, we had the best fan base. It's not even close in the NFL. Absolutely crushed it. We were doing Let's Go Niners chants. We were doing defense chants. It was really, really cool. And you saw the 49ers players on the sideline just like turn around and start laughing as the Niners fans just continued to deliver the energy. It was awesome. So the season's been difficult. There's no doubt about it. But anytime you go on the road versus a division opponent on a short week and put up almost 500 yards offense, that's huge. You win the turnover margin 3-0. And yes, did you win by the amount of points that you probably should have with those stats? If you told me the 49ers are going to have close to 500 yards offense, they're not going to turn the ball over once, they're going to force 3 turnovers. Oh, and by the way, you're going to win by what? Barely, just past one score. It was a 2-score game. Like, I'd be like, no way. Niners dominated this game. But you got away with the victory, and I think that's huge. Shout out to my man, Darren. He says, take a shot first, John. Wish I was there to celebrate with you guys. Woo! Man, if you are in the Seattle area, you got to go to the press box after the game. Once I'm finished with this live show, that's where I'm heading. We're going to celebrate together because, let's be honest, there hasn't been a lot to celebrate this year. But the 49ers are in first place in the NFC West. Now, is it kind of fugazi first place? Yeah, because if the Cardinals win, the divisional matchups, the divisional tiebreakers, all that stuff matters. But let's just be real. The 49ers have struggled, but they are in first place. Celebrate your victories, no matter how big, no matter how small. And maybe this is the moment that the 49ers kind of right the ship, because there were so many positives from today. So many positives from today. And, shout out to my man, JP. Miss you, man. He said 6 straight wins against the Sea Chickens. I like that. We have 3 cornerstone rookies, Pooney, Mustafa Green. Let's start talking about them. One, Brock Purdy has not thrown an interception against Seattle, I don't think. I think, he went 3 touchdowns, no interceptions today. Good game by Brock. Not even one of his best games. He had a lot of missed throws, but goodness. First half, checkdowns. And as long as Brock Purdy's checking the ball down, this offense is going to move. And the number one complaint has been 49ers red zone, right? We go 3 for 5. 3 for 5. That's 60%. That's good. It's not elite. We'll take it. 1 for 6, 3 for 6. You see the difference there? You get to win by 2 scores. We got to the red zone the exact same amount of times as we did last week, but you cashed in 3 times versus 1. So that's huge. Now, the rookies balled out. Malik Mustafa, before he got hurt, great game. Every single game gets better. Does he have missed tackles? Yes. However, the violence, the 100% effort on every damn play, the attitude, It's contagious. I love Malik Mustafa. Renardo Green, probably wasn't the best performance, but in one of the biggest moments of the game, the Seattle Seahawks are driving to take the lead in the fourth quarter. Somebody got to make a play. He undercuts the route from DK Metcalf, answers. And I'll say this, like I've been saying this, and people have emailed me and cussed at me and all these things. Renardo Green is better currently than Charvarius Ward. I understand Charvarius Ward's been injured. We'll need him at some point. But I was saying how Isaac Yadom is better than Charvarius Ward this year. And so many emails, let's use Charvarius Ward to shadow DK Metcalf. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Dude, Isaac Yadom showed up. A lot of people owe this dude an apology. Was it a great game? No. But there's no busted coverages. You're not getting burnt over the top. So you've got these guys. Diamador Lenore still the best defensive back we have by a mile. But number 2, probably Yadom. Number 3, Renardo Green. And then you get the safety. Safeties are bad. But Malik's showing promise. Jair Brown, still pretty bad. Still pretty bad. I'm going to argue, again, and the film will tell a lot of this story. And so as I say these things, just understand the film will answer all. And we break all that down. The 49ersrush.com, if you haven't signed up yet, we got a 7-day free trial. We're going to be doing our Zoom Hangouts this upcoming week. So if you haven't signed up yet, this is the perfect time because you get all the film breakdowns. You get the Zoom Hangout. We're going to be doing that next week. I don't know the exact date yet. And we're going to talk through this, which is a big deal. But, man, I think the best safety we have, I think it's Malik Mustafa. And that's even if, Talanoa Hufanga was healthy, but we've had such a small sample size from him. So you have to put an asterisk there. The second best safety we have, it's George Odom. George Odom has more pass breakups than every single 49ers safety combined. That dude was making plays. Now, did George Odom get burnt for a touchdown today? Yes, but it was an illegal shift. That play doesn't count. You move on. It still shows up on tape, but it didn't count. But that's kind of who George Odom is. However, if you keep getting all these pass breakups, man, it's hard to look the other way. It really, really is because Jair Brown's going to continue to be your starter no matter what. You want him to be the future. He just has not grown. He hasn't. Thank you, Monkey Boy. I love the tag. Ugly win, but it's a win. Garindo reading his blocks, took advantage. Team showed some physical mentality today. Niners made. Man, Isaac Garindo was so bad. As soon as Mason got hurt and you put in 31, I just started rubbing my temples and refused to press outside. Didn't play at all in the third quarter. I don't know if he was injured. I don't know what was going on there. You put him in, 2 minutes left. They have all 3 timeouts. Presses outside, hits the crease off of a perfect Colton McKivitz and Dominic Pooney block. Takes it to the house. And then not only that, he went with the slide. The vet slide, baby. Absolutely loved it. And got Kyle Juszczyk a touchdown. Made the team spend their timeouts. It was so perfect. I was about as far out from Isaac Garindo as you possibly could be. He has not been good. He's been terrible, in fact. But this is who he is. He's never had vision. He's never showed that in his college tape ever. But you have to give him a lot of carries. And I even wrote this in my draft profile on him before we drafted him. 1 yard, 0 yard, 2 yard, 0 yard, 30 yard. He just needs time. He needs time. He needs carries. He's got to trust the blocks. And we saw that at the end, which I think was huge. I think it was awesome. So 49ers, man, handling their business. And there were so many times where this game felt like the Cardinals or the Rams game, where they're the better team. They were the better team. There's no doubt in that. You forced 3 turnovers, 500 yards. You're the better team. On the road, you're the better team. But you just kept letting them back in, letting them linger. Special teams, I didn't think it was a good Sorensen game. I didn't think, obviously, Brian Schneider's, I had no clue how that guy has a job still. I understand we forced that one turnover. We got 3 points. But you were up 20 points, and you let that kickoff return happen. We'll break down the tape and figure out why, but I can tell you it's bad coaching. Now, if you bet with us, we did great. The Jordan Mason injury hurt us pretty bad, but I think we're still going to have a pretty big positive week. If you haven't bet with us, I don't know what you're doing. Here's what you guys got to do. Jump on.
You know football. You watch all the games. You know what's going to happen before it actually does. So why don't you put your knowledge to the test over at MyBookie, where you can bet on everything. Go to mybookie.ag, use promo code 49ERS, 49ers, or scan this QR code next to me, and they're going to match your initial deposit. Put in 50, you get 50. Put in 100, you get 100, all the way up to $1,000. Plus, you can bet everywhere. California, Texas, doesn't matter. I've been in California for years. I've used it for 6 straight years. Easy to get money in, easy to get money out, trusted source, and you can bet on anything you want. You want to bet on politics, any sport, you name it. They've got the casino if that's your thing. You name it, MyBookie is there for you. Now, make sure you use promo code 49ERS to get that double deposit. And MyBookie, bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie.
Shout out to my man, Malik. Appreciate the super chat. Says, Brock Purdy with the check downs and anticipation. You got to love it. I do love it. You know, my number one takeaway from the game last week, the film, the whole community, was the captain's got to show up. Like, all these teams, and I said it a while ago, the Cardinals and the Rams wanted it more from you. They took it, right? Where are the captains? Where's the passion, the sense of urgency? Well, let's go through them. Trent Williams, great game, okay? Brock Purdy, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I love the checkdowns, never put the ball in jeopardy. That ball was never in harm to be turned over. 3 touchdowns, no interception. Brock Purdy was incredible. Incredible. George Kittle, that dude was banged up. You could tell he wasn't 100%. Got hurt on a couple plays, slow to get up, 2 touchdowns. Red zones are a problem for the 49ers. All right, Captain. George Kittle, what are you going to do? 2 touchdowns. Incredible. Defensive side. Oh, Debo. Let's talk Debo. Struggling in the red zone, just score a 70-yard touchdown every time. Good Lord. Man, that play was incredible. Broke everything open. Go to the defensive side. Nick Bosa. There was a point where the 49ers, I think, were up 1 score. And the Seahawks started with the ball. Mitch Wisnowski, 2 great punts, by the way. Do want to make sure that gets in here. Nick Bosa made 3 plays. Play on first down, second down, third down. Forced a punt. It wasn't a 3 and out because they had a first down. Then Nick Bosa took over. A full drive in the fourth quarter, ended it. Gigantic. Fred Warner, are you kidding me? Fred Warner, are you kidding me? Unbelievable. So, from a captain's, and I think I missed – Kyle Juszczyk scores at the end. He might be our starting running back if we get one more injury. The captains answered the call. So, whenever you can add just kind of all these issues, which there's been a lot of issues, this was not a perfect game. But good teams find a way to win on the road in hostile situations. This stadium's incredible. Fan base, incredible. But you did what you had to do. This place is so loud. It's crazy, man. On a second down here, if you've never been to a game in Lumen, make sure you put it on your schedule just so you can experience how loud it is. Like, it was weird. It's like a second down in the second quarter on a non-consequential drive. And I'm like, this place is louder than Levi's has ever been. I like Levi's. I love our fan base. It's just the design of this place. It's just different. But to go into that atmosphere, 500 yards, 3 turnovers, handle your business, win by 2+ possessions in first place, baby. I freaking love it, man. And the frustration is there, has been there, will be there. I get that. This team is still not like a Super Bowl winning team, but we are a playoff team, and we are a first place team. Now, if you improve, that's where things can change. I love you guys, man. We've been through a lot. Woo! I'm gonna go party with everybody over at the press box. If you're in Seattle, come say what's up. Lots of shows this week. We got some extra time. I'm gonna take a day off. Haven't had a day off yet this year. I'm excited about that. Flight back in the morning. I'll try to do a show tomorrow, probably at the airport or whenever I get home, depending on how the flights and all that stuff work. But celebrate. It's Thursday. Niners did what they had to do. We're in the first place. You are a first-place 49ers fan, and that is what matters. Got the dub. Let's go. It don't have to be hard this time, but until we talk next time, stay strong, faithful.